welcome to a very new, very impromptu new comic series that we have today.
Comic series or two or
Not a comic series.
Okay.
We're
Live
talking about
stream.
live stream
series.
series.
Yes, live stream series that we're going to start doing as of today. So we've had this idea for a while, but this will be about us talking about the new issues that come out each week. So we figured why not start it today? There have been a lot of very sought after issues that have finally come out, so we're going to go over some of them. Real quick before we get started, if you guys have an established full box with us, you can request these issues while supplies last. And if you don't, you can give us a call or just stop by and we can hook you up with one. So yeah, and as you're getting on, if you want to comment or react in any way, we'll see it and we'll chat with you guys.
So one of the best things about working at a comic shop is we get the comics a little bit early. So today we all just took a break and we read some of the hottest new issues. Each one of us took one comic and we're going to just sort of talk about them in a non-spoiler way. Let you guys know what we liked, what was cool about these issues. So I guess getting us started, Andy, you just read a big one.
Yeah,
Joker 80th
big one in many
anniversary.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Batman Joker 80th anniversary issue, which has a whole plethora of variant covers.
They did the decades.
They did
thing.
the decades, which are super cool. I personally got the Jim Lee Joker.
Where everyone had the classic costumes.
Everyone has classic costumes.
Yeah.
I think it's the 1970s. I really enjoyed this. Last week we had the Catwoman 80th anniversary. They're kind of rolling out these big 80 ones. There's the Green Lantern one coming up. I thought this one was really good. I mean, all the writers were like top tier writers. They're people who have worked on Batman before, are currently working on Batman.
I'm assuming Tom King's in there, Scott Snyder's in there.
You know, now that you say that, I was thinking James Tynan's in there.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, which very much ties in. Paul Dini.
Mm-hmm.
Some very classic ones. And it's really cool because, yes, there's... I don't remember off the top of my head how many exact stories are in it. They kind of each take Joker from a different angle. There's some that are very, like, the scary Joker. There's one that's kind of the funny Joker.
Mm-hmm.
There's one from, like, before him and Harley Quinn were a thing, and one while they were a thing. But, of course, the big one in this is the origin story.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 or 4 pages of Punchline.
That is what I want to read about.
The new hotness. And what I thought was really cool about it, without giving away any spoilers, is at first I think we all kind of thought like she's the new Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this does a better job of saying if Batman has Robin, Joker has Punchline.
Huh.
She feels way more... Because Harley Quinn was very much the girlfriend. Like, their relationship was that. This is definitely someone who feels more of, like, if Joker had a sidekick that kind of does the same job as Robin.
I mean, the name goes really well, too.
Yeah, it does.
Joker,
You know,
Punchline,
it's funny
Batman,
that I
and
didn't really
Robin.
think of, you know, because she's had a handful of lines up until this point in the comics. And she really hasn't been in much. All we've seen of her really is, like, people talking about her.
Right.
And news and everything. And this gives you a taste of who she is, why she's doing what she's doing. And I think going from the angle of she's basically a Robin is a really smart direction to take the character.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just going to completely bounce into Batman 92 for a second, because...
I know, I want to hear about this, too.
If Joker 80th is her origin, then this is definitely Batman 92, more of her, you know, spotlight shined on her for a good amount of time. So if you've been wanting to see her have some action, you'll definitely see it in Batman 92, which I think we've been all waiting for since March of this year. So, yeah, I definitely, I'm not going to spoil it, but, you know, Punchline, she pretty much says as much, and points out the differences.
I'll be interested now that I've read Joker, then to read that and really see, like, oh, is this the full story? Is this, like, the full first beginning of her arc as a character.
I think so.
That's
yeah.
cool.
There's a lot of promise in this issue in particular, and a lot happens. It's really full. Literally just read it moments ago, but yeah, it's one of those issues. It sets up a lot, it delivers a lot. It's one of those that you want to read twice, right after you finish it the first time. So, and speaking of punchline, here's
That
this.
almost the way you described it feels like that should be like the A cover.
I know. Yeah, there is. I'm gonna be spoiler free, but there's a nice full page in this one that pretty much displays
That's good.
her and all her glory.
I feel like
so.
you have to have that when you introduce a new character. They
Yeah.
need their iconic moment.
Well, sometimes with a variant cover, it's like it does not
Yeah.
show what is actually
Yeah.
there, but this is true for the actual comic
That's awesome.
itself. So
And for those of you just joining us, we're talking about new comics that are out today. DC is now allowing us to sell DC product on Tuesdays.
yeah,
So these are all in our store for sale right now.
yep. We've been
Andy
working.
just talked about Joker 80th, 100-page special. That's what, $10?
I believe
Is it
it's
100
$9.99.
pages?
Yes.
Yeah.
With
And
all the
so-
variants.
Since we're doing this live, if you guys have any questions or comments or just want to say, "Oh, that's a pretty cover," feel free to do that.
We just won't do any spoilers, that's all.
Yeah.
Don't ask us about surprise endings or anything.
I'll tell you that afterward.
So I guess we switched over. Megan was talking about Batman 92 and the variant.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm can't wait to read that. I've seen some spoiler pages with a certain
Mhm.
fight going on between
Yeah.
two major characters.
Yes.
Uh,
There's so much going on.
is the whole full fight in it? Like it's not just like a snip of it or something? Like a beginning, middle, end, or
I
is
won't-
it revealed too much?
I won't tell
Okay.
you. I will say it sets up a lot. So
All right. Well, I guess I'll talk about the third big book out this week, which is also DC. Marvel, they're still ramping up. And this is Batman The Adventure Continues #1. I'm a huge fan of the animated show. I like the other comic they did. I'm glad that they are bringing it back. The art in it is spot on. I mean, it felt like I was watching an episode of the animated series. The content was also great. There's a lot happening in it. There's a lot of surprises, a lot of surprise characters, some of which you've never seen on an animated show before. And this isn't a spoiler because it's just been sort of in the news, but it also says in the next issue they're going to have Deathstroke, which we've definitely never seen him on the show before. But it was a very good first issue. It is, beginning, middle, end. It's not one of these where there's a plot arc just beginning. It felt like a whole episode of the series. It was written by Paul Dini, of course, with the help of Alan Burnett, and the art is by Ty Templeton, who, like I said, did an excellent job.
He worked on the old Batman Adventures comic,
Ah.
the original. Yeah, so it is. I mean, it's like
So
you're
that's
picking up
why-
a
Here's the
never
variant
forcing issue.
by Dan Mora. So we have all these available right now. So big week for DC.
it's humongous. Like our shelves are bursting with stuff. I know we're showing off lots of Batman and Joker stuff here, but there are other things on the shelf this week.
But only the DC is on sale today.
Yes.
The rest of it still has a sale date of tomorrow.
So
But I think this is exciting. Like, we're really getting back into, especially with Batman. I feel like that was kind of what people were waiting for. Is like the meaty book
Yeah.
that's coming out, the
Yeah.
thing that everyone's really waiting for.
mhm.
And we had, big books come out before this, but it feels like this is the one people are like, when this comes out,
Yeah.
now we're back
When
to.
Batman's back, the comics are back.
And the anticipation was able to be built to just such a level because
Yeah.
of the wait, and there was so much speculation on who this new character is, what she's going to do, what the impact's going to be. So
Well, even that variant cover was supposed to be issue 94.
Yeah.
yeah, you're
And they
right.
scooted it up
You're
to
right.
issue
They moved
92.
it up because
Yeah.
of her, just how important she is.
Cool. Yeah. Well, this video is you can watch even if you're watching it not live. If you guys are interested in talking more about these issues or want to get one for yourself while we still have them, you can shoot us a message or you can come by the store today or tomorrow. And we've already read them, so we can chat about it together.
Yep.
So
Then we
that's
can
what we're here
spoil it all we want.
Spoil it live through regular live,
Yes,
not
yeah.
just Facebook Live.
mhm. So yeah, like Jason said earlier, this is one of the things that is the most enjoyable about working in a comic shop. It is getting to interact with people who love the same things we do and get to be as immersed in it as we are. So we're happy to get to do this on Facebook Live for those of you who can't see in person and all
And
that.
we hope to keep doing this in the future, especially when there's more stuff from
Mhm.
other publishers too, like Marvel and all. But
Yeah.
these books were just so cool. We just had to take a break and read them and tell you all about them.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well,
We hope to see you in the store. Those of you who can't make it, just shoot us some comments.
yeah.
All right.
Questions too.
Yeah.
Love answering questions, especially
Absolutely.
about Batman. I can answer all your Batman lore questions.
He really can. And we have a Batman trivia set that we like to pull out
Yeah.
occasionally. So yeah, like I said, this is a very impromptu video. We've been having this idea in mind for a while, and we will promote for it next time. But those of you who saw it today got the exclusive preview.
The soft launch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And those of you who have already put in your orders, the books are just waiting for you.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, I guess that is it. We hope to see you next week or at one of our other shows on Fridays and Sundays at 1. Goodbye.